backdrop.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ask the Unicorn. I am Ahura Z, your host this evening, and this is Kazi.
Hello, today is July 5th, 2016, and it is episode 90.
And I just want to say a couple of words. First off, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Marka. And there's another birthday I want to talk about, and that's Julie Desjardins. It was her birthday on the 4th yesterday, so happy belated to you too.
Cool.
I'm hoping for a good show this evening. You know, there's a lot of things that are happening. It's hot right now. Summer is here, and everybody's all excited about summer, and I like that. Just mind yourself when you go out to the beach and things like that. Okay, before we get into the show this evening, first off, for those of you that just joined, I'm Ahura Z. The name of the show is Ask the Unicorn. I will answer any questions that you have of a metaphysical, paranormal, mystical, or spiritual nature, so long as they are not the two questions that I do not answer, and that is whether or not someone's going to die or whether or not someone is cheating on someone else. If you want the answers to those questions, you should probably deal with the people that you're asking about. Beyond that, everything else is fair game as long as everybody can benefit from it. Now, I'd like to give a shout out to all of the independent filmmakers that I know that are in the New England area. There are a lot of independent filmmakers that are working on wonderful films for you, including myself. The name of my film is Falkir, and I'm hoping to release the first episode of Falkir this month. Well, it'll be ready this month, and then we'll release it. But I've worked very diligently on it, and it's looking very, very good. Now, I want to say a couple of other things. There has been a lot of ugliness that has happened in our world. I just learned that, a little while ago that something happened in Baghdad, which was tragic as well. And I would like for you all that are listening to the show, that are watching this show, to try to stay out of the ugliness. Okay, if you have sympathy for these people that tragically lost their lives, show some support for them, send some positive energy their way. But don't get into all of the hate mongering that is going around, all of the blatant racism and the blatant separatism that is going around. Don't get into any of that. Don't get into the politics or I could personally care less who you're voting for at this juncture. Just make sure that it doesn't spill over into your having some type of sympathy or empathy for these people that have tragically lost their lives. Okay. Now, that being said, let's get on with the show. And the unicorn is in. I'm listening.
So dorky. We have shout outs to Tamika, Smiley, and Michelle. They're
Hello.
on. Carrie is on. She says hi. Hi, Carrie.
How you doing, Carrie?
Angie Chandler is on. She
Hi,
has
Angie.
a question. We'll get to that in a minute. Tamika and Smiley say hi, and
Hi, Tamika. Hi,
Dorkfish
Smiley.
says narf.
What's up, Shelly?
Tavari is on.
Hey, Tavari.
And Shayna and Tavari both say hi.
Hello.
Hey, guys. Angie Chandler asks, I tend to receive others' feelings and broadcast mine, especially when experiencing strong emotions. What is the best way to filter incoming and block myself from sending out that signal?
Okay. Well, you kind of gave yourself the answer. If you think about what you just said, this happens whenever you're feeling strong emotions. So the key is obviously to try to keep yourself in a balanced emotional state. For a lot of you, this is a challenge, but if you just try not to allow the outside world to affect how you are, there's a huge difference between emotions and feeling. Emotions usually have to do with an event, something that happened, something that involves someone else, something that caused you to react. Now, when you're having that emotional reaction, your body seeks a response, okay? So what you have to do is come up with your own response. You get to something that causes you a little bit of irritability rather than to sit there and stew in it and then go along with the irritability and start soaking up everybody else's feelings, because this is what will happen. Feelings go in categories, okay, just like emotions are in categories. If you are feeling insecure and you're in an emotional state, what will happen is you'll start soaking up the insecurity that everybody else has. It's the same with the anger that everybody else has, or the sadness that everybody else has, or even the happiness that everybody else has. You know, it's the most remarkable thing. There's some truth in the term that like attracts like. I know that we got really clever and decided to make up these fancy sayings and say, well, opposites attract, but in truth, they don't. Not really. You know, not unless you talk about opposite poles of a magnet. But in truth, like will attract like. So what will happen is you'll start soaking up all of these things and be a part of a huge network that will be controlling you as opposed to you controlling it. So the moment that you discover that you're in an emotional state, stop. Bring yourself back to your center. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, calm yourself. Whatever is going on around you, calm yourself. Now notice, I did not say clear your head. You cannot clear your head. That's ridiculous. Okay? What you can do is take every single thing that is around you, all of the sounds, all of the thoughts, all of the whatever it is that you're going through, and make them all one sound. Make them all one thought. Make them all one sensation. Make them all one action. It's like taking all of these and making them all part of that one world. But before you can do that, you have to do one important thing. You have to be still. You have to cause yourself to be still. You have to take that moment and say, wait. Wait until you are still. You know, biblically, there's a saying in the Bible. I'm paraphrasing, but there's a scripture in the Bible that says, "Be still and know that I am God." Well, if you're going to employ that, because it's very, very powerful, you can say that. You can say, "Be still and know that I am God." But when you say that, understand that you are the representation of the God that you are being, that you are knowing that you are. Understand that you are that part and that parcel. You are that bit, that expression of God, if you want to, or goddess, if you want to use that. It will always work. Just simply be still and know that you are God. Know that you are goddess. Know that that being resides within you and that you reside in that being simultaneously, and therefore you are that being. Just take that moment and understand that no, you are not in the back of a chariot with a bunch of wild horses that are leading your path and going whichever way they want to. It's you that has control of the reins, at least your God self that has control of those reins. It's you that has the control of whatever it is that you decide to feel. And then bring them all to a ball, make them one, and then proceed. Proceed to organize your thoughts, one at a time, not all of them, just one. And then as you do that, you will find that you will stop soaking in everybody else's feelings, because you will no longer be a part of that emotional network. You will step off the grid, so to speak. And then you can start creating your own thought network, so that you can decide for yourself what it is that you're going to be. Emotions are a very powerful thing, especially when they're hooked up to the emotions of every single thing else that lives in the same etheric field as you. You clear yourself, and then the moment you clear yourself, it's like those emotions have this network into people. They're hooked into people, so that someone will come around and try to pull you right back into the emotional state that you just got into. It's the most amazing thing. You'll finally find yourself crawling out of that barrel of emotions, and then someone will come by and want to tell you some bad news about someone's mother's brother, third removed, or whatever. It's the most amazing thing. You'll decide, okay, I am going to do this discipline right now. And then suddenly you get a visitor, or suddenly you have to go take care of this. You have to make a decision. And that decision is whether or not you're going to soak up that other person's negativity, because the only thing that can happen from that is that you will start pulling in everybody else's things. You need to learn one powerful word. One powerful word.
One powerful what? Word.
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 And that is no. It's really simple. You just have to learn that word. No, I'm not going to allow my emotions to overwhelm me. I am in control of my emotions. And at that point, you grab the reins of all of those different horses and you say, no, we are going nowhere until we get everything under control here. Then we can move. I don't care what it is that you think you have to do. Realize that it is your life. Realize that it is your body. Realize that it is your mind. And then realize that it is your feelings. And realize that it is your abilities. And at some point in time, you're going to have to hold yourself responsible. So remember, the steps are, first and foremost, be still. Breathe. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know that you are Goddess. And then unhook yourself from all of those people's emotions. Find all of those things and bring them to a ball. Release them. Organize your thoughts. Organize your feelings one at a time. Do not rush. And then proceed to go about your day. Do not listen to all of those people that try to drag you back in. Because someone, and it's really sneaky the way that they do it too. You know, I hate to tell you this, and don't tell me. Don't tell me anything you hate to tell me. Is what you should say. Well, I got good news and bad news. Great. Keep it to yourself. I'll find that for myself. Well, don't you think? No, obviously I don't think it because I wasn't doing that. Now, I want to talk to you about another thing within that. You people have some really rude friends. I mean, really rude friends. One of the things that I teach is dream interpretation. It is impossibly, but possibly rude to go up to someone and tell them that you had a dream about them dying, or going up to someone and tell them that you have a dream about something happening to them. You don't do that. That's rude. That's not for you to do. You're not doing them any favors. You're not helping them. What you're doing is you're causing a deliberate paranoia, and you're doing it on purpose. Now, for those of you that have been at the end of something like that, it does not matter what that person dreamt about you. It matters what you dream about you. Sometimes you can dream about another person, but the last thing that you want to go and tell them is that you had a dream that they died. How incredibly rude. Or you had a dream they got sick, or you had a dream something horrible happened to them. Then get out of here. That's not what you do in dream interpretation. That's not what you do. Because you have no idea what that meant. Now you're going to go make that person paranoid too? What is wrong with you? You people that do that, stop it. It's wrong. It's rude. And you don't have any idea what you're talking about. So you should not spread your poison. And those people that has happened to, I'm sorry, but people are stupid. Okay, so realize this. It does not matter what another person dreams about you. Do you understand? It matters what you dream about you and how you can either manifest it, how you can change it, how you can decipher it and navigate your way, how you can avoid it, or how you can just clear it out. That has to do with you. Do you understand that? Oh, another thing. No, if you fall in your dreams, it does not mean you die. Okay, we have got to get the movies out of metaphysics. Well, you know, it's cool to use metaphysics in the movies, but understand that there are metaphysics and then there's metaphysics. which is like a mess. Okay. If something happens to you in a dream, it happens to you in real life. Not always. Otherwise, I would be a millionaire, billionaire, and so would you. So we've seriously got to get out of those things. There are people out there, all of you people want to know real things. You want to know real answers. You want to know real metaphysics. You want to know real spirituality, how to really develop your gifts, not sit around and pretend or make up stuff about a little girl who's constantly in pain, no matter what anybody sees. Okay, there's a situation this week where a young man came up missing, and his mother gave me a call and wanted us to come down and to the place that he was last seen and see if we could find him.
In New Hampshire.
In New Hampshire.
Yep.
She had already gone to one spiritualist who told her that her son had his leg was broken and he was lying in pain someplace.
In a ditch.
In a ditch.
He was lying in a ditch, and she needed to hurry up and get to him.
Yeah, and I told her I can't see that. I don't see that at all. All I see is that he's by water someplace, and there's so many lakes that doesn't really help you. I'd have to actually go see where it is that you saw him last. And then he's by these rocks, he's by a lake, and I don't pick up at all that his leg is broke. But I do pick up that he's depressed. So was he depressed? And she said yes. So I thought that it was really rude of that woman to say that to the mother. That was just rude, because all she tried to do was destroy this woman's hope just so that she can get a few dollars.
It's terrible.
Okay.
She was hysterical.
So the next day, the woman said, well, I'm not going to give up. I said, no, you should not give up. And I'm not going to tell you that there's something that happened to your son. You need to let me have my crack at it. Then I got a signal of where he might have been. Then I tried to call her, but she was already, and I figured someone must have already contacted her, which meant they found him. But turns out the next day they did find him, and he was in Portsmouth.
He was alive and well.
He was alive and well, and nothing was wrong with him.
No
He
broken
was
leg.
hanging out, by the water. So I just thought, boy, people like that, quote unquote spiritualists, seriously need to just go hang up her crystals. Okay, you don't tell people stuff like that. You don't do that. For those of you that go to a psychic or you go to a medium, make sure that the medium is not trying to do something to try to scare you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, make sure that that psychic is not looking just to get you a few bucks. Okay, don't go to somebody who has there's this whole group of people they call certified psychics. Listen, the certification does not make you valid. A certification does not make you good. Jesus didn't have a certification.
Certified mystic.
Okay, certified Christ.
Certified Son of God.
Okay. Yeah, I have some certification, but who cares? You'll never see them because I don't care. And if you don't want my business because you can't say my certification, I'll say fine. Go take a long walk off a short pier, go to that lizard place, and you'll have a great day. So I just look at it this way. We have got to stop treating each other like we don't matter. And when you tell someone that you dreamt that they died, or you dreamt that they broke their arm, or you dreamt that this happened, or you dreamt that this happened, you're being really rude. You're being totally senseless because you don't have any idea what the hell you're talking about. And it's the same as if you go to someone that says that to you. The person should offer you this. It's up to the visionary. If they do see something negative, they are not supposed to tell you about it. They are supposed to give you a solution. They're supposed to give you a suggestion of how you can do something right. And then for all you know, there wasn't really anything negative to deal with because they've given you a solution to avoid the whole thing. I've gone up to people knowing that they were going to walk right into something and just said, hey, can you come over here a moment? And then I look at them and say, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were my friend. I'm sorry. And I walked off. But that was long enough to keep them from stepping out into that street and that bus was going right by, and the driver didn't even see them. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to, the people that have abilities like psychism, telepathy, empathy, all of these beautiful mediumship, clairvoyance, an oracular disposition, all of us are supposed to be the ones with the muscle. It is our job to push the car out of the road, not point out the damn car that needs to be pushed. And then sit there and look at someone struggle. Don't be rude. Don't be rude. There's no need to. So I just had to say that. And I hope that helps you out in your question. Or what else have you got?
Lucia says, hi, Ahura, Kazi, and Sonari.
Hey, Lucia, how you doing?
Easy says, what's up, everybody?
What's up?
Hello, Easy. Smiley asks a question. What does the appearance of a silvery gold-colored elephant in a bad dream mean? Thank you.
A silvery gold, that's really easy there. The silvery gold-colored elephant in the bad dream means that whatever it is that you're going through is going to come to an end, and there's going to be a positive result of it, a positive end to it. Remember what the elephant represents. The elephant represents nobility and steadfastness, but it also represents the removal of obstacles and prosperity. Okay? That means that silver and gold elephant was there for your benefit. So just hang in there, sister. Hang on. Better things are coming. Okay, what else we got?
Lucia asks, what is your view on the institution of marriage?
I'm married. My view on the institution of marriage is it's not, I don't think of it as an institution. I mean, I know that people do. It's really nobody's business who marries who or what they choose to marry. For all I care, a person can go marry a balloon, and that's fine. You know, that's exactly the way I think about it. Someone wants to marry whoever they want to marry, that's their business, isn't it? So if marriage is just dwindled down to an institution, I think it's crap. However, if marriage it has to be about the union of people, you know, people that want to get together because they love each other, then they marry each other. You know, if that's the way that they want to be. Now, if you're talking about what everybody likes to argue about, I'm not going to get into that because I don't really care who you marry. You know, I don't. It's not my business. Now, if you're talking about my marriage, let's see, the institution of my marriage. I don't have a whole lot to say about it.
How about my marriage?
You're not getting married.
To the Rock. Yes,
you're marrying Jesus.
What? Oh, I set myself up for that one. You were saying that all night. Oh man, talk about subliminal programming. I just walked into that. What was it?
You know,
dang, Jedi mind tricks. They won.
I just look at it this way. You know, in all truth though, Lucia, listen. Who a person decides to marry is between that person and that person and the person that they're marrying. It's nobody. The moment the government gets into something, it's just stupid. It's foolish. Then those people need to avoid the whole government bullshit crap thing and just decide that, look, we're going to be together regardless. And then you find somebody like me that's willing to do your marriage. And that's just the way that it is, okay? That's how I feel about it. You want to marry your puppy? That's a little strange. You probably have to go to somebody else for that. But if you say that you and your puppy are married and you just want me to say, can we be married? I'll say, okay, you guys are married.
You want to.
Go ahead. You know, you want to marry your car, which people do.
What?
Oh, yeah. You know, people love their cars.
Right.
You know, then, you know, I'll say, okay, you know, go ahead and marry your car. Just make sure that you're not like cheating on it with a Ferrari or something like that. Because I cheat on a Ford with a Ferrari any day. Well, it depends on what kind of Ford it is. Though.
What if it's a truck?
If it's a truck,
With massive wheels.
big truck that I can like ride around in a t-shirt and sunglasses and with my arm hanging out and look at people like this.
My future husband has one.
Jesus?
No, The Rock. Stop it with Jesus.
I know Jesus had a truck.
Stop. The Rock. The Rock.
You know, but on all honesty, Lucia, there's not much for me to say on the institution of marriage because I don't think of marriage as an institution. I think of marriage as an agreement for people that want to be together, that want to spend their lives together, that want to live and love and do all of the beautiful things together. However, I do think that some people who want to be married should have thought 2 or 3 times before they did, because it's stupid for those people that like those women.
Sorry, I have thought.
Yeah, those women that go out and try to trick a guy into marriage. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're not going to change that guy just because you want to marry him. For those men that want to try to finagle a girl into marrying them, you should be ashamed of yourself too, because it's a mistake. And you know how you are, and you know how she is, and you don't want to be there. You know, and for you people that think that in order to prove your political stance, you need to get married, that's freaking ridiculous. Okay, just agree to be with each other and cut the crap, all right? Just cut the crap.
I have one.
What?
And teenagers and young adults should not be
No.
allowed to get married.
Not at all.
The legal marriage age should be at least 21.
The legal marriage age should be like,
20,
depending
30,
on who it is, like
30.
50. You know, if there's 2 people that are mature enough to want to be together, and I can usually tell when there's 2 people that are suited for each other.
Yeah.
You know, I can tell. You know, it's just one of those things that I do. And sometimes I just look and say, "Oh, Father, that just should not happen."
Yeah, but seriously,
all.
these 18 and 19-year-olds
Someone who's 16 years old and
come
coming telling me that they're engaged to someone.
No,
yeah, I get
not,
it. No,
honey,
hold on. I get it. I mean, I get it. You know, you're 16 years old and you think you're in love, and you stand and breathe on each other in the park someplace and say, "Oh, I wish there was nobody in the world but you and me, and we should just run away."
Well, no. I was gonna say I don't know how many teenagers say that, but apparently they do.
Every one of them.
Apparently
every one of them. All of
them.
them. I've heard 16-year-olds say, "Oh, my fiance," and I'm like, "Are you serious?" Seriously, I look at that person and say, "Listen, honey, you're gonna change your mind about 5 times. Okay?
Millions of fishes in the sea.
It's just gonna happen.
Billions of fishes in the sea."
And you know what?
Jeez.
Oh, and by the way, if you have a failed relationship with someone, you don't go look for someone like that someone. And if you have a relationship that never freaking worked with a person and then you split up, stay split. Don't go backwards. It's not going to work. Worse stuff is just going to happen. This is just the truth. Just that way. There's a reason that they're called X. X means X. It means done, finito. Do you understand? Don't try to justify reasons. "Oh, I miss him. I miss him so much.
I love you.
I love him."
Yeah,
And you know, people find the stupidest reasons to get married. Listen, I grew up with people that were so stupid that they would say, "Well, I want to marry this guy because he has good hair." And I'm like, what is good hair? You know, and I want to marry this. "Oh, he has such an accent. I love his accent." Really? Seriously? Honestly? You want to marry someone because of an accent? Then no. If I would like the judge of who gets married and who doesn't, I would look at you and say, "Oh, hell no. No." In fact, if you think of marriage, I'm putting you in jail. People think of getting married for the stupidest reasons and then wonder why they're upset or wonder why they're unhappy or wonder why all of a sudden all of their hair falls out and they're ugly. You know, just ugly. And I don't mean just physically. I mean inside ugly. It's because you mixed energies with the wrong person. You have to think about the energy of a situation before you go and say, "Oh, this person is perfect for me." I've known people who got absolutely duped by someone because they thought that they were, they were marrying some foreign person, and I hate to use that word, but I'm going to. Someone from another place because of their accent, thinking that that was going to make them any different from any person on the face of this earth. Listen, all over this world, there are several varieties of men. All over this world, there are several varieties of women. And listen, regardless of how many of those little posts that you see on Facebook that say a woman is this and a woman is that and a man is this and a man is that, they're all crap. All of them. Every single one of them. There's only one way you're going to know how you are going to be with another person. It's about dealing with them. And then when you deal with them and you find out that they're not working for you, you do not find a reason to go back. Okay? And for all of you women that have been told by other women to lower your standards, to lower your expectations, listen to me really carefully. Hopefully you can all hear me.
Yes, they can.
Stop it. Tell the person that told you that to go take a long walk off of a short pier, have a Coke and a smile, and shut up. Because there's always a person who has never had a successful relationship in their lives that tell you that you need to lower your expectation. You do not go to a marriage counselor that is not married. You do not take relationship advice from someone who does not have a stable relationship. You do not go to a child counseling expert that has no children. Do you understand? You do not go to a person who is colorblind and ask them what the color blue looks like. Okay? It's plain and simple. It's as simple as that. If a person has to go out and be phony in order to be themselves, in order to get anyone, they don't deserve anyone. True, there are a lot of women that will find a reason to find the most despicable, low-life curmudgeon that they can possibly find and say that they want this person because they're a bad boy. And then go complain to their friends or go sit in front of me asking me for a reading, asking me if this curmudgeon is cheating on them. And I look at them and just go, are you serious? Or ask me if someone is their soulmate. If you have to ask me, no, not your soulmate. No, it's not, no, not your soulmate. If you're waiting around for someone to leave their wife, or you're waiting around for someone to leave their husband, they are not your soulmate. That means, do you understand? If you're waiting around for someone to change, and you think that they're your soulmate, but think that you really have to put forth a lot of work, no, they do not belong with you. They're not your soulmate, and you're stopping them from finding their soulmate, and you are stopping yourself from finding your soulmate. This is the way that it is, okay? This is the bottom line. I told one person, you say, can you wiggle your hand? Okay, look, everyone, hold up your hand, put it behind you, and wiggle your fingers.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Do you know that that's your hand that's behind you? Everyone knows that's your hand?
Yes.
You know that you were wiggling your fingers. Did you have to work at it? Did you have to work really hard at it? Did your finger all of a sudden slap the hell out of you? Did your finger all of a sudden say, that they don't want you around? Did your finger all of a sudden say that, it was really difficult and you both have to get 50-50 in order to make this relationship work? And you gotta hang in there?
Well, what's with the Batman voice?
I'm just saying. You have to hang in there. You really have to hang in there.
Or Hulk Hogan.
You have to understand.
I don't know.
No, your fingers, it was really simple. Your relationship is supposed to be the same way. Got it? It just is. Just is. Just is. Just is. Care.
You're going on a rant here.
I'm not going on a rant. I'm doing exactly what I mean to do. And what I mean to do is to educate people about relationships. Lucia asked me about what I think about the institution of marriage.
Yes, and he responded that he says he agrees with what you said 100% and that you are hilarious, man. Thank you. Ha ha ha.
Okay, good. As long as you got the message.
Oh, he got it a while ago.
I don't care. I'll make sure that other people get it too, because I'm still listening. I'm listening to a bunch of people going, well,
Oh.
What if, no, absolutely not. You're not going to change him. You're not going to change her. A curmudgeon is a curmudgeon. It's like an Oreo cookie is an Oreo cookie. Unless it's a crescent cookie. Okay, so what do we got else? What else have we got?
Smiley says, thank you very much. Your explanation of the dream I had last week helped me breathe through this one. Good to know that the elephant is positive.
Yes, it is indeed.
And hold on. Let me see.
Hold on.
Michelle says, hi Z, Kazi and Sonari. The other night I had a dream about Noah's Ark and the Holy Spirit and I were watching this guy pressing frantically over and over again on a button that played prayers and was wanting the prayers to go faster and faster. Then a strange voice spoke a scary word to me and I woke up.
Do you know what the scary word was?
She doesn't say, but I'm sure she will respond in a minute.
I'm sure she'll tell me about that at another time.
David Beal says hi.
Hey, David, how you doing, man? Okay, Michelle, you said that the Holy Spirit was there with you. Okay? Obviously, you're being taught a lesson about patience. Okay? If the Holy Spirit is standing there with you, there is absolutely nothing for you to fear. You understand? Nothing. There should be no scary words. Not with the Holy Spirit there. Remember that. Okay? You got given a blessing. See it as that. And then stop. Be still. Slow yourself down and decipher it bit by bit. I'll talk to you soon. Okay? All right.
Angie Chandler says, I got snookered one night with friends and I always open up when I have had one too many shots of tequila. And she said, I asked one person to share their heritage after seeing some photos of grandparents, and she did, and life is different. My path has changed as a result in very wonderful ways. I was going on instinct and Jose Guerrero, but wow, ever heard of sharing another's heritage? Have you ever heard of sharing another person's heritage?
You mean through vision?
Yes. I
Yes.
think that's what she's asking.
Of course. Yes.
The word was sorry. She sent the word.
Let me see. Oh. That particular term, yeah, we'll talk about that. That's it's a derogatory term. Okay? And it's a derogatory term meant to it shouldn't be, but it is. It was meant to discredit a certain being, and I'll tell you about that later.
Yeah. Michelle says, "Thank you. You bring me peace."
I merely show you the way. You have peace.
Okay.
Okay. What else have you got?
David Beal asks a question.
What do you got, David?
Someone wanted me to take a look at this for them. I haven't had the time really, nor am I sure I could give a good reading on it at the moment. A friend of mine had a dream with this in it. It wouldn't let me post. It's a female angel with its head cut off, nude and covered in blood. Feathers everywhere, both hands pointing to the ground. He drew a picture of it and sent it to me, but I can't send it through Facebook.
That is the death of virtue, and your friend needs to not entertain such crap.
Your friend should talk to Z.
Yeah, if he, how did he get a hold of such a thing?
It was in his dream, in his friend's dream.
In his friend's dream.
In his friend's dream, and he drew it out for David and was asking David Beal to check it out. So
yeah, your friend has some decisions to make. And this goes along with what I was saying before. You know, if your friend knows that you are not a dream interpreter, he probably shouldn't have said that to you. He definitely shouldn't have showed it to you. they should find someone that can deal with that. I mean, I've started educating you on some things like that, and at some point in time when you're ready to continue your education, I'll do that. But that is that's not a beautiful thing. That's not a good thing. Okay, your friend is entertaining some energies that he really should not be entertaining.
He says, what does that mean? He's had dreams before, apparently, but I'm not sure. He's more a friend of one of my friends.
Okay, well, then that friend of one of your friends, you should probably not entertain so much. And if he, to talk about what that actually means wouldn't be appropriate for this show. Like I said, as long as everybody can benefit from something, that's what I will answer. But that sounds more like something personal. Now, if it was for you personally, that would be a little different, but it's not for you personally. And maybe at some point in time we can talk. Where are you, by the way? Are you home yet? Or are you still, you're out on AIT, right? So I understand he'll be out on AIT for quite some time.
Where, his army?
Yeah.
Good for him. That's awesome. Angie Chandler. The derogatory phrase or term had to pertain to another question, not yours.
Yeah, no, not yours,
Not yours.
Angie. To Michelle's.
And I guess she was confused because she thought that was her answer to her question.
No.
Part of people sharing their heritage.
Yeah, that's what I said. You can. I said I answered your question. The answer to your question is yes. You can share another person's heritage. It's called identifying with that person, and that happens a lot, where you actually share a moment with another person, and in sharing that moment, you actually share that person's heritage and the complete vision of themselves. It's a moment of oneness. You know, kind of funny that you did it. Well, not really. It was tequila.
You had some interesting
Because
experiences with tequila.
I had my own interesting experiences with tequila. The last time I drank tequila, yeah, it wasn't great. You know, it was I don't know.
It's a funny story. It's a
funny story. I was evidently naked and running around and howling at the moon. So evidently, I thought I was in a moment of altered states. My clothes were very neatly folded by the door.
A werewolf or something?
Yeah, I turned into a werewolf evidently and went howling at the moon. It was a full moon that night. But yeah, tequila could do some wonderful things. But you know,
now you're like encouraging.
But see, tequila. Well, no, I don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
But
you can't handle much anyways.
No,
you're a lightweight.
Well, I'm a telepath. I don't need that. The whole sky opens up if I drink that stuff.
Apparently you did with her too.
So yes, you can experience moments like that. Tequila is also something that was used in many totemic ceremonies to call a person's animal totem. So yes, I thought I said that earlier, but I must have went off on a tangent. Sorry about that. No, the term was an answer to Michelle's question of something that she saw and the word that she had thought that was scary, and it shouldn't have been scary, but just saying. Yeah, but David, seriously, that friend is not someone that you really want to preoccupy yourself with at this time. Okay?
Ling.
She's fine.
Okay. Angie Chandler says no transferring it. Ha ha ha. Smiley says, "LOL, tequila makes his clothes fall off."
Yeah, evidently. It just melts right off.
David says, "No, I'm in California still, 15 out of the 47 weeks down." And he says, "I'd like to talk to you more, but class has been very busy. It's been a little challenging so far. Even so, I'm doing great in class."
It's all right. Hang in there, boy. Hang in there. You're going to make it. You're going to be fine.
Work.
Okay? You're going to be just fine. We're all proud of you here.
Mm-hmm. Lucia says, I get the sense that my telepathic or psychic abilities are way more open than I allow them to be, and if I opened up to them, I'd be picking up on way more than I already do. Do you have any thoughts on this?
Yes, you have to be willing to give up your label. You have to be willing to give up that psychic label. I know that everybody thinks it is very cool, but see, you're different from a psychic, and I told you that a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but long enough. Is just you have to be willing to just see yourself as that universal servant, kind of like I do. And the moment that you decide that you're going to be seen as a universal servant, then you will get a lot more. You'll get that investment that you are looking for of energy. Okay? You're doing fine. You're doing fine. Just don't be pigeonholed into being called a psychic. If someone calls you a psychic, you need to correct them. And you tell them that, no, I am a telepath in training. Okay?
Do it.
That's how you do that. Next, what do we got?
David says, yeah, I don't talk to him directly much at all. My friend knows about you and I can connect him to you. I think it would help.
Sure.
I said, yes. And actually, I made a typo and I said, yes, David. And I said, ye. Because I forgot the S.
Okay.
Ye. It's a scenario and I'm cracking up about the typo. That's all. Instead of yes, I would ye, David, ye. No, that's it for now.
That's all? Well, you guys are being quiet again. This is why I rant. I rant because the questions don't come. Shayna, what have you got for me?
Shayna, questions for Z.
Shayna must need some help.
Steph isn't asking a question, or excuse me.
Shayna's been a little...
Tina is not asking questions.
Who?
Tina.
Who's that?
Bob's Burgers. Tina.
Oh, I know who that is. That's what's her name?
Tina. Her name is Tina. I'm Bob's Burgers.
No, I mean the person is playing Tina. Anyway, if you have any questions, you can ask the questions.
Shayna's not there anymore.
Oh, okay. That's fine. For those of you that would like to ask questions, you can ask questions. Those of you that would like to have classes in psychic development or gift development or paranormal investigation or even exorcism, you can give me a call, or you can contact us at www.unicorn-code.com or contact us at www.asktheunicorn.com. Or give us a call at area code 207-347-5686. And we'd be very, very happy to set up a schedule for you. I do teach classes. I do not teach for free. For those of you that think that I will teach you for free, you are sadly mistaken. I may give you advice from time to time if I see that there's a situation that needs to be handled. But I do teach, and I have earned the right to be paid for what it is that I teach.
David Beal says, well, hey, I got a question.
Sure.
Since I've been in the military, I've felt less of a connection spiritually lately. I'm sure it's just a temporary thing since I'm so occupied with learning and training, but I'd like to get that connection to help me stay focused. Any tips? Yeah.
Focus on what's right in front of you to do, and understand that spirituality, the first law of spirituality is reality. Okay? You are learning some things in the military that you need to pay attention to. It's okay. It's all right. You'll have time for your meditation. Just make sure you're doing a 5 or 10 minute meditation daily just to keep you connected. Everything else has to be right there. I know this is very difficult because you want to be able to concentrate on the metaphysical, but just listen to me for a moment and understand that you are training now so that you'll be able to handle the metaphysical. Remember, physical first, metaphysical second. Got it? Even though you may be a metaphysical being, you have to master your physical surroundings. So you're getting the prime opportunity to do that. So stick with your physical training for right now. It's okay. You'll get that opportunity. Sometimes you may not necessarily feel the connection, but you're very connected. You see, you need to feel the disciplines that you are learning right now. It's kind of like keeping a job and holding it. You keep your mouth shut, you keep your job, get paid, you leave. You show up to work on time every day. You show up with your uniform clean and pressed. You make sure that the things that need to be done are done. And then if they tell you to answer, you answer. If they tell you not to answer, you do not answer. If the first sergeant comes by and he asks you for a helping hand, you be the first one to get up. Got it?
Earn points.
Okay. Plain and simple. Concentrate on your physical surrounding and concentrate on your environment and those people that are within your environment and the tasks that need to be handled in order for you to pay attention to your environment and your environs. Got it? Are we clear? We're clear. Okay. You're fine spiritually, all right? You're doing just fine.
He says, "Hooah!"
Wow.
And Andy Chandler says, "We'll be calling as soon as I can get started. So ready for this party started. Done with this stasis."
Yeah. That's fine. I look forward to working with you.
Yeah, she sounds really fun.
Yeah, she is
fun on the phone.
Yeah, she's fun.
She's like you. She shoots straight from the hip. She's
Yep.
a farmer.
Shoot straight from the hip, just like a farmer. That's the way you got to be.
She's
You
actually
talk just like
she
that.
does. She actually does. She's from the
right.
South.
You got to talk just like
She
that.
says when she gets excited, her Southern accent comes out even more.
Mine does, but I'm not Southern. Depends on what I'm talking about. I'm working people out. All of a sudden, I have this magical Southern accent.
It's because it's a drill sergeant thing.
Oh, shut up. We do
Anyways.
not talk about such things.
Have you, Smiley says, have you ever heard of David Wilcock?
No, I have not. Who is he?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. If you ask me if I've heard about a lot of people, I have not. I may have heard about a couple of people here and there, but I am doing every single day. I really don't have time to hear about people. And even if I hear about people that come into the bakery, I hear about people that come to me for help. I hear about people that are having problems in their lives, and I hear about people that need a reading, and I hear about people that need training in a certain area. So I don't know the whole social thing, or I don't know the strata of who is doing what up there, except for if there's something that the universe wants me to know, like there's a problem that is happening that they want me to pay attention to. So I do. So a lot of who you ask me if I've heard about, I'm sorry, I may not have. Doesn't mean that they're not valid. I just haven't heard about them. So who is this person?
He does a show called Wisdom Teachings.
Yeah, sorry.
David says, "Sir, yes, sir."
Don't call me sir, dude. just call me Z. I'm good.
Busted. He does a show called Wisdom Teachings. Is it on the TV? I don't know. I don't know.
Is it a good show? It's a good show. This is like having a conversation. It's a good show. Oh, I got a good show for all of you to watch. You have to watch Farscape. And you must watch it from the beginning. It is the most beautiful series that you will watch ever. That and Star Trek Deep Space Nine. But start off with Farscape, then go to Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and then you'll go back to Farscape. It's quite amazing. But Star Trek Deep Space Nine will make you feel really, really good. Okay. I have to say that. Any other questions?
He says, "Z, yes, Z."
Yeah, there you go. That's better.
He talks, Smiley says, he talks a lot about what he calls a source field. Just wondering if he is on the up and down.
Source field. Force field, source field.
Let me look this
Sounds like source field has to do with his area of manifestation. We all have different terms for what it is that we do. So I can't tell you whether or not he's valid, and I've never heard of the guy. Just checking something. I've never watched the show, so
healing with the source field. Author of Source Field exposes some of the greatest secrets and cover-ups of our time.
yeah. Sorry, I haven't heard about the guy.
To the source field.
Yeah, sounds like an area of manifestation in which he can do his work.
Beyond cosmic.
Or maybe if he said source, then he's talking about the source of which all things come from.
She says it is interesting, and he tries to be informative. It's on Gaia TV. Indeed, it does. She says. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. If it's helping you, that's really all that matters. Any other questions?
No. No more questions.
Okay, what time is it?
7:57.
I hope we got time for one more question. Anybody? Any takers?
No.
Okay. I would like to thank you all for joining us on Ask the Unicorn. It's been a wonderful show.
Well, Kelly said, I heard about you from a friend, this other person.
Okay.
I hear great things. I was only recently about to log in. Oh, okay. Well.
Okay, what do we got?
Does she have a question?
Do you have a question? If you have a question, I will answer your question.
There's a delay, so we have to wait.
That's okay. It's all right. If you have a question, I'll be more than happy to answer your question for you.
Oh.
Check, see if you answered the question. Do that later.
Smiley says, thanks, was just wondering.
You're so welcome, smiley person, who no one knows who you are.
Except for us.
Except for us.
Look at Ling's belly. Wow. She says, Kelly says, not anything specific, not sure what to ask. Okay.
Okay, well, if you'd like to talk, you can...
thank you.
If you'd like to talk or there's something that you would, any services that I can help you with, you can contact me at area code 207-347-5686 or www.unicorn-co.com. And I would be more than happy to help you out.
She says, thank you. Okay, I will try to log in earlier next time.
That's quite all right. So once again, I'd like to thank you all for joining us on Ask the Unicorn. It's been a wonderful evening, and remember what I've told you guys. Try not to get into the negativity that everybody else is spewing. If you see situations in which there are protests and things like that, you would do yourself best by just turning around and walking away. Okay? Unless there's something that you feel very, very strongly about. Unfortunately, protests are very, very ineffective if people are not willing to take their protests further peacefully. Okay? If you see acts of violence, remember, you do not have to agree with those acts of violence, nor do you have to hang around people that think that it's okay. For those of you that have friends that think it's okay to be racist, they are not your friends. They are cheating you out of knowing the full experience of life on Earth. Racists ruin it for everybody. They don't just ruin it for the people who are racist or the group that have the people that are racist. They ruin it for the people that they are being discriminative against, and those other people that don't agree with them. No one wins with a racist. So all you have to do is to tell those people that you do not want them around. It is not okay for them to say what they've said or do what they've done, nor is it okay for them to pretend not to be racist and then be racist in private. I personally, if I found out that a person was being racist, I would tell them to remove themselves from my presence. Pure and simple. Okay? And that means any type of racism. We like to categorize. We like to separate and say, well, this is this-ism and that's that-ism. Listen, racism is racism. Anytime you segment a group of people out because of any reason, it doesn't matter what your reason is, you are a racist. Okay? Anytime that you tell someone that they're not good enough because of the way that they are, or you tell someone that they can't have something that another group has because of the way that they are, you, my friend, are racist. And if your friends do that, it's not okay. It's not right. It's not acceptable. It's not, well, they'll change later. No, you make them change now, or you tell them to get out of your face. You tell them to go away. For those of you that are in a relationship with a racist, you've got the wrong relationship. I don't care what you think about it. That person may have a life-changing event at some point in time, but for the duration that they are a racist, they need to be alone. Okay? We should all alienate racists until they see the light. I'm Ahura Z for Ask the Unicorn. I will see you all next week. Until then, have a beautiful week. Be good to each other, and remember those things that I've told you. Tell your friends. The more the merrier. Unicorn out.